So thanks for joining. Today I joined Lenovo in their office in just outside of Copenhagen, and I'm hereby with Lasse. So Lasse, you have some great news coming out to the market, which is actually out there now. So could you explain a little bit about the products that we have in front of us?
Absolutely. So I'm Lasse from Lenovo, and what you see in front of you is actually our brand new core system, which is a modular setup where you are able to have the display as in one single wiring going over to the table. You have the compute that you can hide underneath the table, behind the screen, and even over the ceiling if you like. And then if you have a full kit as well, you will actually also gain the bar, which is certified by Microsoft for large meeting rooms, and also the camera is as well certified to large meeting rooms. So with these few components, you actually have a large meeting room setup that you can easily go in and utilize.
Yeah. So I mean, before, when looking back for the Hub 500 and the ThinkSmart Hub, you had a all-in-one device, which needed to be on the table, but now you're actually able to do an installation where you place the PC more or less wherever you would like to.
Yeah, and you will be able to have the modular setup, or you can actually still choose the ThinkSmart Hub. So for the smaller rooms, you maybe like a two-component setup where you have the hub that includes both microphone and speakers, and then just adding a camera, and then you have a complete setup. So that will be a very cost-efficient way to implement the smaller rooms. And where you have the larger rooms, you will have an easy setup where you actually only need the screen by the table, or even by the screen if you want a complete total-free cable-less environment.
Okay, so a lot of the guys that probably watching this video would look at how can we do the installation. On the PC sides, the connectors are more or less the same as it is on the ThinkSmart Hub. But how long is the cables from the PC to the console?
So in the standard packaging, the packaging that you will receive when buying the ThinkSmart Core, you will get 10 meters cable. But you actually have the option both to gain 15 meters cable, or even a 3 meters if you like it underneath the table. Another benefit of the Core is actually that you have the HDMI ingest directly into the compute unit. So that Microsoft is going to go more in a wireless way, where you will be able to also present outside meetings directly from your compute. So to have the additional cable as a backup cable instead, or maybe even a PC that you want to attach, it makes a lot of sense for this new modular solution.
Yeah. So basically, the thing that you're saying about that the HDMI ingest, so the HDMI cable we normally use for content. Microsoft is looking into the casting function, or even do it in this mobile companion. So that's a Microsoft thing. I think from a lot of the installation guys, installing it with some kind of wireless system like the Baku ClickShare, I mean, they would be really happy to have the connector at the PC.
Exactly. Shorter cables, more stable environment. So definitely that will also bring a benefit to the wireless option that you can gain from, for instance, Baku ClickShare.
Yeah, it's really nice. And also before we talked about this option of actually installing the PC underneath the table, and then for the camera, then extending the cable from the camera instead.
Yeah.
If some of the people that does the installations would like to have the HDMI ingest near the table, then the option of extending the camera is also a great option.
So both the camera and the bar comes with 5 meter cabling. However, there is an option for 10 meter wiring. So if you need to have the compute underneath the table or like that setup, then you will very easily just be able to switch the wiring to 10 meter to go over to the camera and the bar.
Nice. And one of the things that I've heard from several of the AV guys that do the installation is they didn't really think about it before the installation, but having the option to place the camera wherever you would like to have it. I mean, you can connect it like this via the magnet, but then also the ability to connect it on top of the screen to have this view of the whole room. And actually also I've seen some installation where you put the camera in the middle of the screen. So if you're doing a dual screen setup, then placing the camera in the middle so you have that eye level contact. So I think that's a a great benefit of having it in these modules.
Absolutely, and actually we offer many different ways to mount it. So in the package for actually both the camera and the bar, you will find both a wall mount and also a VESA mounted, for instance, for trolleys or odd setups where you place it in between screens and so on. So you really have a lot of variety, and you don't need to take consideration of that before you're ordering. It's actually following in the box, so you can see what is designed for the specific room.
Yeah. So I mean, and also what we heard from those who tested the soundbar that we have right here, the microphone is I mean, outstanding. They do a great job. I mean, so, but then again, you now also have the XL soundbar, which then how many microphones are you able to connect to that one?
So you're able to connect 2 additional, and both of them is actually following in the box of the bar XL. And it will be daisy chained, so from the bar to the first mic, from the first mic to the second mic, and that will there was 6 meter wiring following, but it's actually on jack, so you can quite easily extend it even further. That is especially is a good option if you like multiple places where you need to mute the system, because there is actually also a mute button on top of the mic pods.
Okay, nice. And also one of the things that I find really nice about this console is that you have the option of taking it this way if you would like to have like a high stand, and then also the ability to place it low. So you have that option of just turning the console around. And earlier I talked about it, the different sizes of the cable. But to me it looks like it's, I mean, I can't really disconnect the cable in the console.
Exactly, because a table console will probably be moved a lot back and forward. So we really want to ensure that the cabling is not one that falls out. So it's actually coming assembled, but you can of course change the wiring, but it needs a screwdriver to do so. So you will actually take it up, take the whole plug out, and then you will reconnect a new cable. So it's actually looking very smooth in terms of finishing, and you are not able to disconnect the cable as a user, because that will be a hazard for the uptime in the room.
Yeah, that's what we like.
Yeah,
not disconnecting the cables. So and also when you look at the PC, I mean, it's a Lenovo PC of course, but the cable management is completely new. I think we do some recording as well where we can see the exact way that it's cabled. But it is a completely new cable management, so it's how do you say, user proof. so people won't be able to disconnect the cables during the call. So maybe we can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not sure if we can do that, but
so,
yeah.
What you see here is actually that you will take the wiring in here, and then even that you're pulling it. I'm actually pulling it quite hard here, and you can see it's not moving at all. So how I actually disconnect it is to take it up and then out. And of course you cannot do that with the lid closed. So even that you are pulling very hard towards yourself, for instance, when you are removing it from back of the screen where you have installed it, then you will not be able to pull the plugs out. So this will also help keeping a very high uptime inside the meeting room. So it's a brand new system that I haven't seen anywhere else to ensure that the cable stays in place, because that we want to eliminate also user interference and all of that.
Yeah, and one thing that I experience is that you have a quite good place in there, so there's room for connecting all the cables and do the proper management. Another thing that we talked about earlier was the way of installing the PC. How do people install the PC? Mounted.
So there is a following wall bracket to the unit, and the wall bracket is actually quite nice because it only needs security screws on one side. So if you place it, for instance, behind the screen, you will actually be able to loosen the 2 screws, and then you will be able to slide it out.
Oh yeah.
And it will actually be on a line, so it doesn't drop down when you. So it will be slided out like this. And when it's completely free, then you can take it out. So this will be a very, very easy, and it's a VESA bracket, so it's very, very easy to mount and install.
So basically, when you're buying the bundle, you get everything needed. So the users out there would only need to have the Teams Rooms license or the Teams Rooms Premium license, and then of course setting up the account, and then you're ready to go.
Exactly. So we offer it in the full kit, like you see here, with 2 additional mic pods to the bar. Or you can actually just buy the compute and the display and connect it with your preferred sound and camera.
Great. Thank you so much. I think we're gonna leave it here, and definitely gonna be back with, I guess you're coming up with even more great devices, but now we actually have the ability to do Lenovo in every size of the room that you have out there.
Yeah, thank you.
So thank you. See you. Bye.
I'm walking around in the circle of light.